A very pleasant good afternoon as we welcome you in to our Thursday edition of the Lion Country Kia Goon and Ironhead show here from Quaker Steak and Lube. And as we speak, getting ready for the second period of the gold medal hockey game.
What a game.
Between Team USA and Team Canada. I think this is the first ever meeting between the two. Do I have
so.
that right?
Yeah,
I think
they've never met, especially in the Olympics.
Yeah, I don't think so. That not familiar with one another. I think that first period they're just kind of feeling each other out.
They've never played each other, so they're just like, you know what? This is a whole different brand of hockey that these guys play versus what we play. We're not similar whatsoever.
No.
I mean, this is going to be a good show today because I got some serious questions for you as a Ginzer.
Yeah.
Are you?
Mentioned we may be show may go a little shorter than usual today. We're looking at changing some things up as we move down the road. So we're just going to roll with it. We'll see. We'll see. We'll go at least an hour, but probably nowhere near the normal 2 hours here this afternoon, and we'll get some things figured out as we move forward with the
our middle name, the Goon and Ironhead Technical Wizards show.
Yeah.
Isn't that what we're known as? Jeez,
I think that's clearly what we should be best known for.
Obviously, you remember my old partner Sweeney because you guys, we had done a show together, all that stuff.
Yep.
He always used to say, like, dude, I was literally run over by the tech bus. Like, I got run over. Because I have nothing. He goes, I have absolutely nothing. Oh, nice. Okay, as a Pittsburgh fan.
Yeah.
And a hockey fan of the United States and a U.S. citizen.
Yeah.
I got to ask.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think it was an illegal hit?
I mean, I'm trying to be objective about it. It's hard to be objective, but
it just looked
it was certainly
weird.
I don't if it was at the very least borderline.
We're talking
about I think we could at least
Gudis hit on Sidney Crosby, and they knocked him out of the Olympics. We don't know the extent of it.
I'm trying not to go off half-cocked on it. Is my nature. Trying to
see. I can see it both ways. Listen, I very, very, very much appreciate Sidney Crosby. Damn it, 1-0 Canada. I very much appreciate Sidney Crosby for the NHL. Very much so. I'm not a big fan of him. Listen, as a Flyers fan, I have to hate him, all that stuff, but I can't. He's too damn good. He gets hurt. He may miss some considerable time. Yeah. I guess the hit, even somebody said if he didn't crumble to the ground, it would have been a pretty bad headshot.
Yes.
So if that's the case, then Gudis, there's definitely an issue I have there. He can't be headhunting the Olympics type of thing. And Gudis is an NHL player himself with a history and a long history of dirty play, illegal hits type of thing. So, but it was just an awkward situation where he if he was literally trying to duck the hit because it was going to be a headshot, then yes, Gudis was at fault. Now, if he just lost an edge or just lost his a little bit, then tried to avoid it, and then went down and got hit, I got to hear your opinion because it's going to cost your team. Maybe. We don't know yet.
Well, I mean, it's going to cost them for sure a bit. I mean, you're right. We don't know the extent just yet or the length he'll be out. He's not going to come back fresh as a daisy coming out of the Olympic break. I'm pretty confident in saying that. So it's frustrating. And it's a very it's the last thing you want to see in the Olympic Games. And now there are people that are posting this is why NHL players shouldn't play in it. And I if everybody agreed to that, I guess I'd be okay with it. I can't imagine the scenario in this day and age, especially where now for some of these countries, for the non-NHL professional players, there is I mean, the NHL players have the opportunity, and I don't know what it is in hockey, and I know it varies by country and all of that, but there's money associated. Now, do I think the NHL players, probably most of them, their game paychecks are more than what they're getting if they win Olympic gold? I don't know that. They're exactly what the numbers are. But
you know what the huge but is,
yeah. So I just don't see. I think that's trying to first of all, the players aren't going to want to not compete in the Olympics.
Exactly.
So I mean, you can have the opinion. Obviously, anybody can have any opinion they want. It's not going to go anywhere. In my opinion, it's not going to go anywhere. So why waste time talking about it? It is. You can argue.
Well,
hey,
I mean,
this
if
is
he's
why
out for a considerable amount of time, the Penguins might be like, we're never going to send another player there.
Yeah, and
then
it's going to be hard for them to get other. Well, yes and no, but I mean, it's going to make it harder for them to get good players. And again, the injury thing, it stings. Also, you can get hurt. You can get into a car accident driving to practice. You can stuff happens. I mean, I just don't think you can. And it stinks. And I know we have a specific example here, and it's just like well, not just like it, but the discussions we've had with the blue-white game. It's like, well, it's not worth the injury risk. Well, I mean, outside of competing for a national title or a Super Bowl, what is worth the injury risk? And you're risking injury anytime you do something. Yeah. So,
there's multiple sports because the World Baseball Classic.
Well, I mean, any of these, yes, any competition that's outside
$1 million wrapped into somebody as an NFL and an NHL owner. I guess we'll just say Major League Baseball at this time because their contracts are $300 million guaranteed.
Yeah,
Manny Machado is on record as saying, I would rather win the World Baseball Classic than a World Series. That means that much more than now. The owners are going to say, well, then, I'm not going to pay you. Or they're going to sit there and say, okay, this is as much as a fan, we love it. This is the downside to it. The real dark side of it, and that is, real dark. I mean, it's a major injury. But the fact that they just spent 2 weeks in a very, very, very high-end hockey tournament while 94% of the NHL is home resting, and these star players are out, it's a little taxation on that body, man.
Yeah.
And you just, as an owner, you could understand why the owners would be like, we can't do this anymore. I can't afford to have Sidney Crosby miss time for me. You're going to cost me money now.
Yeah.
But the players, I mean, it means so much to the players. I mean, obviously we're United States, so we cheer the United States on, but I mean, the patriotism in Canada, a hockey team, come on, man. I mean, that's like, if the NHL says no, you're not allowed. I mean, there would be a revolt, I think.
Yeah, I just don't think. I think they see the benefit of it overall. It's not happening, I guess, is my point.
What, you don't think the owners will be like the next CBA? They won't be like, well, it's over? Or MLB coming up?
I don't. Because both entities see it as a good long-term investment for their product. And so it's not. Again, I think it's an argument just among sports fans or sports media just to keep ourselves busy, because I just don't think it's happening.
I don't know, man. I'll play the devil's advocate. I could see where like the Major League Baseball strike that comes through next year. I think the owners might be like, hey, I don't want no World Baseball play.
Yeah,
and you're going to infuriate all your players that play in it. But what are you going to do? Manny Machado, hey, I owe you $300 million. I'm not going to let you play in the World. Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper, either way, gets hurt or doesn't get hurt. Yeah. I don't think the owners appreciate it. One, it's a little tread on the tire, but it is fun to watch as a fan. I mean, I absolutely have very much enjoyed the last 2 weeks. I mean, I've watched every women's hockey game. Think about that.
That game, both men's games yesterday were, but that USA game, Joe, I just do not do well with overtime hockey. It is.
I don't like
my heart.
I don't
My
like it
heart
at all.
just cannot take it. It is the biggest thrill when you win it. But man,
and just the way it's set up, you just hammer each other for 60 minutes out there. It's a 1-1 game, 2-2 game, and then you go to a 3-on-3 for 10 minutes. That's the overtime.
Yeah.
Now that could have been a concession to the NHL owners, like, hey, we won't play prolonged games. We won't play a 7 or 8 time overtime game.
I mean, it's
When
exciting.
it comes to the medals, though, I mean, it's absolutely
happens.
exciting. Carrie came home for lunch yesterday, and I was watching, or yesterday from work, and I was sitting there, and she's like, "Are you all right?" I said, "I'm not lying to you. I don't know how long it's been since I was on this edge, on the edge."
Right there with you.
I mean, I was just sitting there. Every time we missed a shot and they got the puck, I was like, "Oh God, deep breath, deep breath, deep breath." Then it was like they come down and miss a shot. Okay, we get the puck back. Let's go. But I don't like it. I don't like how it's settled, but it is hella fun to watch.
It is.
Woohoo!
Well, it's fun to watch after.
Yeah.
Like once it's over, you're like, oh yeah, that was fun. Or, well, that was miserable. That was excruciating.
So I sat there yesterday with the Canadians going to overtime, and I was like, I wanted to like put something out there because I was all jacked up because it was they played such a good game. And then I'm like, I won't say anything because I just know it. The USA is going to lose their game or go to overtime. Watch. And I didn't say nothing, thank God, but it sure as hell it did. And that's the world. That's the best part about it. Is that USA and Canada, in both men's and women's, are so far superior to the other teams, but yet they got to go to an overtime periods to beat these, lesser Czechia. When did that start, by the way?
Yeah. Instead of the Czech Republic.
Now it's the Czech Republic, it's Czechoslovakia, it's Czech. Now it's Czechia. But we already have a Chechnya.
Yeah, that's the ever-evolving world we live in.
Holy crap. Nah, but I'm passionate about the sport level, but I'm also a realist in saying, like, it really would suck if Sidney Crosby is actually out for any bit of time in the NHL, because I just don't want. This is the first time the NHL players have played since in 10 years, 12 years. They weren't allowing them for a couple of years there. So I hope, again, I hope to God that they don't just pull the plug on it, because it is such an exciting brand of hockey. And you're right, there is an exciting brand of hockey. So we're talking about hockey. So if that brings a new audience or some more people to go watch the NHL games, then I'm in. It's like watching the World Cup.
And they're in. The NHL's in. That's why, again, I mean, stuff happens. I just don't think you can overreact to an injury.
It's a physical sport.
And same thing with the world. The overall good that these events do for the professional sports leagues that we're talking about, I just think far outweigh the potential risks. And I think they see it that way. I think the folks involved in running those leagues recognize it, and I don't think they want to see it go anywhere either.
No, I mean, they got a lot of eyes watching, but I'll be, again, I'm like the devil's advocate today. That's what I'm not. I'm going to speak up. Mean person. But it's like the World Cup of soccer. It's such a high-end level of soccer, men's and women's, that when that's over and you try to watch a game in America and you're like, this is slow motion. You know what I mean? And then we're a soccer in America, it still has never caught on. They try it every 4 years. Men's, women's is doing well, but the men try to do it, and it just seems that they never go anywhere. And there's a little bit of excitement every 4 years, but then I love watching it because of the national pride that gets involved with it. But when it's all done, I don't think a game in America is anywhere remotely close to watching Belgium play Germany.
Yeah.
There's it's a slower game and then there's not stars involved, but But hey, if you pick up some fans out of it, good. And I think they've both done very well with the men's women's hockey. I think they both.
It's been wildly entertaining. I mean, the U.S. has been, women have been just crazy dominant up until this gold medal game. And, again, both of those men's games yesterday were just fun to watch. I mean, great drama. And
I don't remember who said it on social media. It was a bigger sports guy. And he was just talking about if the USA women go and win the cup, win the Olympic gold, that it really has to be talked about as one of the most dominant women's teams in sports history. You get some of those, they got to win.
You got to finish it, right? It's like the Patriots. Man, they're going to go down as the all-time greatest, surpassing the Dolphins. Well, except you got to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you missed one part of it.
Yeah.
You got to win the gold, and then they would go down.
But I mean, 31-1 coming into this thing is just bonkers. And again, right now down 1-0 as we are watching here at Quaker Steak Lube, which is a great place to come on down and watch the Olympic Games and all of your favorite sports on the many TVs located all throughout the establishment. Again, great food, great beverages, great service, all here at Quaker Steak and Lube, our home away from home on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Got a good number for you, too, I saw released yesterday.
Yeah.
Penn State Wrestling. The lowest amount of points that they've scored in the Big Ten this year has been 26. They have allowed 23 the whole season, and versus the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Total. It's just my new stat for you. I bring a new wrestling stat in for you every day.
No, they're
pretty good.
Yeah, I have a couple people reaching out wanting to do podcasts and then wanting me to be interviewed for part of a larger story. And so I've been thinking of, I'll do all of that, but I've been thinking about trying to put into context. And again, it's always a little dangerous, just like we're talking about with the U.S. women's hockey team here. Like, it has been a crazy dominant run. They need to win the gold for this story to be, hey, that was a crazy dominant Olympics. Even if they win this game by a goal, it's still what they did overall. But you lose this game. So, the caution with all of this leading into the postseason with Penn State Wrestling is, yes, they have been dominant. They have been doing amazing things to this point. And again, the track record speaks very highly of their chances of riding this wave through the postseason. But every year is a new opportunity. Every match is a new match. And I just had this conversation with another person that they are not machines. They are not just robots that you program and go out there. They are human beings. And again, we're seeing in these Olympic Games wonderful moments of athletes rising to the occasion, but we're also seeing moments where dominant athletes have messed up. And it's just, they are human beings. And again, in wrestling, even more so, because you have great coaches, great wrestlers who are spending and investing a ton of time and energy into figuring out how to beat you, how to solve the riddle that you present. Well, that is not as easy as I think some make it out to be. So, well, of course, Penn State's going to win. They're dominant. It's what they do. And on one hand, yes. On the other hand, again, you got to go out every time and reprove it. And there are folks that are, again, just devoting a ton of time and resources, which is what makes it fun. This isn't Penn State wouldn't complain about this. It's like, yeah, that's why we want to be in the position we're in. We want those challenges. So it's not that they're backing away from it, and I'm not making it out to be a sad song. It's just, man, that is hard when people are really good, talented people. So you've got to be on your toes. All of that being said, if Penn State does what I think and what most think it will do, to whatever degree it will do it, and again, we'll see how it plays out. I do think I'm not sure what to compare it to, because I do think they will break the scoring record for a third straight year, and for the third straight year make a compelling argument that this is the greatest team in college wrestling history. And I really can't think of the time where, or something that's comparable where it's like, all right, that team went out. Because usually you kind of build to that crescendo, right? Like in football, I mean, Alabama had it rolling, but it wasn't that 3 straight seasons, you're like, oh, that might be the greatest team ever. That might be. No, it was like they had a couple of teams here where it's like, oh, that was pretty special. LSU with Joe Burrow, his senior year, like that was sensational. And then they dropped off the next year, which is what you would expect. That's what normally happens when you hit that type of a crescendo. Well, to hit a crescendo and then follow that up with a crescendo and follow that up with a crescendo. And again, not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but you're looking at the fourth possibility next year because, as has been pointed out many places, the only senior that Penn State is losing is Levi Haynes. You have, Will Henkel waiting in the wings there. And the track record, again, would suggest that all 9 of the returning starters are going to get better between this season and next. And you add into the equation that you have Ono redshirting this year, Kasak redshirting this year, Asher Cunningham. I mean, a bunch of guys that are biding their time that could factor into the lineup next year one way or another. And yeah, I mean, the potential is certainly there for next year's team to again be better than the previous 3 at that point years of Penn State wrestling. So it's amazing, and I'm trying to do a little research on my free time here. Just to I don't know what to compare it to because
wrestling. I don't.
This 3-year run that Penn State is on, I don't know what to compare it to because I'm not thinking and I'm not finding other examples of. Again, we've had certainly many programs in many sports that have won multiple national championships over multiple years. But they didn't set a new standard in 3 or potentially going on 4 consecutive seasons that I can find. If somebody knows of something like that,
well, I mean, I
really would love
in my head right now.
Yeah,
of like dominant sports, and that's like Northwestern's women's lacrosse, and they're all women's sports.
Yeah,
Northwestern is lacrosse or field hockey. And then Maryland had field hockey or lacrosse, one of the 2 there.
Yeah, and field hockey, I think, for Northwestern.
Okay.
And lacrosse for Maryland.
North
Carolina.
UConn
also.
Women's basketball. Maybe,
North Carolina had
Tennessee with what's her name?
Yeah, maybe I have to go back and look.
But that's
did
Ariema's.
But did any of Ariema's teams was there
a
3-year run where you're like, man, that might be the greatest women's basketball team? I mean, I know they've had some teams that you're like, that might be the greatest, and they're comparing it with other UConn teams. But did they have
that's what I don't know.
A 3-year run where it was like, that might be the greatest team, and then the next year, like, well, that's probably the greatest team, only ahead of last year's team, and then that 3rd year where that was the case, on the heels of, again, a 5-year run, the likes of which we had not seen, from 2016 through 2019, 4-year run that we hadn't seen in terms of individual success by one team. And then on the heels of, again, the overall run that the programs have.
Russ Rose's volleyball teams, maybe. The only men's sport I can think of with this dominant type of run would be the Lou Alcindor, John Wooden, UCLA basketball team, and then a couple Alabama teams. But I know what you're saying. It's like, well, what's a crescendo in football? Like, oh, we had 5 All-Americans on offense at Penn State, but the next year they have 6.
Right, and then the next year
win national title after national title,
and how many? Matching the all-time record for that stuff, for the all-time margin of victory. Yeah, 3 years in a row,
3 straight years.
That's
3 straight years of least point. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not aware of one.
But Pete just said something. And that's, when the hell is Netflix or Amazon going to come in and do this freaking video on Kale and the boys? He has to have been asked, right? I mean, is he just like that? Like, I don't want to do that?
No, they're doing a lot of content. I think they would just do it themselves.
Okay.
But yeah, they're putting out a lot of content.
Would the voice be in it? Hi, I'm Jeff Byers.
That I don't know.
Come on, you got to narrate.
We'll take a break here, be back with much more. It is our Thursday edition of the Lion Country Kia Goon and Ironhead show here from Quaker Steak Lube.
You look a bit nervous, hey?
Terry, what's it like to stand in the FIFA World Cup stadium?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Just tell me. Come on.
It's not something that you can put into words.
Such a tease.
You can't rush it. You will find out when it's your time.
Thanks for the wisdom, Coach. So, how much longer?
Now go and make history, my man. Here's the World Cup you've been waiting for.
Actually, the World Cup's been waiting for me.
That's the spirit. Just remember who drove you here.
Inspiring every step of the next legend. The official matchball carrier, proudly sponsored by Kia. Inspiration connects us all.
If you love wings, if you love rings, and all kinds of other tempting things, great times, great food, get to Quaker Steak Lube.
Get our Best Wings USA signature sauces, mouth-watering appetizers, or any of our delicious award-winning lube favorites.
Great times, great food, get to Quaker Steak Lube.
I'm the Modelo Recruiter, and I'm looking for fans with good hands and great speed. The ones who stay focused and never miss a play. They go the distance on game day, even when their team is away. I'm always watching, always looking to reward more full-time fans. Because football isn't really football without you.
Lusk & Associates Sotheby's International Realty proudly presents the introduction of our new State College office at 314 South Borough Street in State College. At Sotheby's International Realty, we advertise locally, nationally, and internationally, bringing the best of advertising and promotion to each and every one of our properties, big or small. Call now.
A lot has changed about State College. One thing that hasn't is W.C. Clark's Coffee Roasters on 234 East Calder Way. 30 different varieties of specialty coffee beans sourced from over 25 countries and roasted with love each morning in Happy Valley for over 45 years. They'll ship their fresh roasted coffee from their doorstep to yours. Order online at statecollegecoffee.com. That's statecollegecoffee.com.
Hi, welcome to Timberland Federal Credit Union, a financial cooperative for its members, tracing all the way back to 1973.
Experience Timberland Federal Credit Union, where you're greeted with a smile and financial solutions are tailored to your unique life journey. Here, we're not just financial professionals, we're your neighbors, people invested in your financial needs, literacy, and empowerment. Your dreams matter to us, whether they're about buying a home, growing a nest egg, or embarking on new adventures. TFCU draws from the past and invests in the future. offering modern tools like online banking to give you the freedom to manage your money practically anytime. Additionally, we're passionate about giving back both time and resources because enhancing our community is at the core of why we're here. Visit TFCU in person or online to learn more about our services and apply for a membership today.
WFXX, once again, the Fox, your sports radio.
Broadcasting live, loud and proud from Central PA's Sports Authority, WFXS America.
98.7, the Fox State College.
And back here on this Thursday afternoon, again, the Lion Country Kia Goon and Ironhead show. Yeah, we already, if you just tuned in late, yeah, Goon already covered some of the stuff from the message board.
See that? I'm a wrestling
yes.
savant.
Yep, we did cover that, but appreciate it. Again, Penn State will close out the Penn State Wrestling will close out the dual schedule on Friday night against Princeton, 7 o'clock start at Rec Hall, and then of course anticipation growing for the Big Ten championships, which will be at the Bryce Jordan Center, and that should be a whole lot of fun. I don't know, Goon. I'm very tough night for Penn State basketball. Last night, obviously, a very tough season, but man, it's hard to make the push right now that this thing is I mean, we were kind of optimistic on Tuesday, really hoping they'd get on a bit of a run, and then they come out with that. I don't know. I actually ran into I won't say who it was but former Penn State basketball player, and he's like, I don't know, man. It's just tough. I'm not sure.
It's tough to build on. This is the problem. It's like, okay, we got a young team, got a good core of guys, keep them together, all this stuff, but we have to go and recruit these guys now again because they're going to.
And it's not going to be easy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now you got to recruit Mingo back to the team. Yeah. His brother just went to North Carolina, so it was like one of those things. Like, okay, would it have been easier to keep Mingo if his brother was on the team, and would it have been beneficial if he just paid those two a whole bunch of money? I don't know. But I don't know how it works. But I mean, the fact that they're done this season. When the season's over, and Mike's got to go recruit this whole team to come play for him again. It's like it's not like we were talking like last segment about the crescendo and like the consistent stuff. And I was thinking about Duke basketball under Christian Laettner because I watched the 30 for 30 the other night. I hate Christian Laettner. Dude played 4 years, went to 4 Final Fours.
Yeah.
Won 2 national titles, like Coach K's first national title. So it's like, okay, but then those days are well over of having, I mean, this is before NIL either. Those days of having a guy spend 4 years at one college as a star are well behind us. That ended with the one and done, but it just seems to really elevate itself when you bring the NIL into it now. And, it's not like, hey, I want to come to your school. I love the education. I love the atmosphere. I love everything about it. Now it's just like, what are you paying me? And I'm sure it's the same way with football too. So I'm not calling basketball out at whatsoever. I'm sure it's the same way with football. I mean, I'm sure wrestling has a little bit of that too. Like, okay, why did Nick Saban retire? Because he's talking about the end of season, like, this is what we need to do. We need for you next year. You need to do this, and that. And the only question he got was, well, how much are you paying me? And he goes, that's not what I want to hear. And that's what drove him out of the game. So you don't know how many guys. When are we going to fix it? Can it be fixed?
That is a good question, and I don't know the answer right now. It is one of those things too, where from the basketball perspective, right? You almost feel like Penn State's best chance to make a move is to have the free-for-all and to get somebody in here that is a big money booster that can provide that opportunity. Because if everything goes back to relatively even, again, Penn State is up against it in a conference like the Big Ten when it comes to the history, when it comes to, the fan support, obviously. I mean, all of those things that we've talked about ad nauseum. And again, it's we talk about the difficulty. Well, I talk about the difficulty of making a move football-wise in the Big Ten when you have an Ohio State sitting there as rock solid as it is, when you have an Oregon with a great coach like Dan Lanning sitting there, when you have Michigan and the history it has, and the degree it has recruiting rolling right now, and then you have the Penn States and Wisconsin, Iowa, Michigan State. Well, it is really hard then for a Rutgers or a Maryland or an Indiana to make the move up, and it's why I think what Indiana did, and I get the NIL was a factor, but also, come on, like people keep making it sound like it's Indiana had all of these advantages because they brought in older kids. Every school had the opportunity to do that, and the Alabamas and the Texases have more resources than Indiana. I get Indiana made a push, and they upped the NIL substantially, but come on, they weren't the top dog when it comes to this stuff. And I think, the other part of it is sometimes the perception is perception and reality sometimes are two separate things, and sometimes they end up morphing and perception becomes reality or vice versa. And I don't know the exact numbers involved, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Penn State Wrestling doesn't have tremendous resources. But when it comes to the NIL, what I think, based on what I'm seeing out there, I don't think Penn State is top dog when it comes to the NIL with wrestling. Now, it's up there. Again, I'm not sitting here saying Penn State needs to be crying foul on this stuff.
Well,
they are right there.
A lot of people do say that.
Yes, with the big dogs. But I think when you look at the resources that Iowa and Oklahoma State in particular have, I'm not sure. Penn State's competitive. Again, I'm not sitting here telling you that it's amazing that they're doing it when they don't have any resources. Obviously not the case.
All right.
But at the very least, I would say Oklahoma State and Iowa are on par with Penn State. So, again, resources and all of those things are important. I do think culture is important. Giving families and kids additional reasons why, hey, you might be able to make. Again, it can't be $1 million more at this school than here, but maybe you can make $50,000 more at this school, or $100,000 more even at that school. But look at our alumni base. You are going to be set up very well post graduate. Look at our ability to put players into the next level in whatever sport. Whatever your selling points are for the particular sport, and it'll vary. I think with basketball, it's tough, right? Niederhauser, it's a great story, and it's like, all right, well, hey, we did that. But when you're going up, when you're trying to make that push to really become an upper level program, okay, yeah, you got Niederhauser. That's good. Good job there, Penn State. These other schools that I'm talking to are producing 2 or 3 guys a year, and guys that are immediate contributors in the NBA once they finish their careers. So it is an uphill battle. I mean, we say it repeatedly, but I mean, it really is. It's just an uphill battle for Mike Rhodes. And yes, I mean, more resources would help. Getting NIL money up there would help. But I don't think that's the end-all, be-all. It's like, well, yeah, all right, we got $1 million more in NIL money. And I don't think it's like, all right, now you snap your fingers and voila, Penn State basketball is competing for a national title.
I just can't believe that we had kids on campus that are making millions of dollars. Any sport. It's just amazing to me. It still blows my mind that, he got $500K. And you're like, what? And it's just like, holy crap, man. I mean, it's astounding and just blows my mind at times. Like you just said, if we get $1 million more in basketball, so that brings us up to just say $2.5 million. You got 12 guys. You can't field 5 to 8 basketball players out of that. I mean, we're not paying every kid. I mean, right? I don't know. I do want to go back to the wrestling thing real quick.
Yeah.
And yes, I know it's NIL, but how much is the wrestling clubs have to play into?
Oh, huge.
It's
no,
enormous,
I think,
right?
Yeah.
That's a big advantage of Penn State. Not just the NIL money, but the fact that you're going in there and wrestling. I mean, the other teams have it. Iowa has it. Oklahoma State has it too,
for
right?
sure.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, no, it is a big part of it. And who's in that club, right, is a part of it. I mean, part of why Greg Kirklead ended up coming to Penn State was he's following Kyle Snyder from Ohio State. So that, there's no question that it's important that you have that. And then secondly, it's important that within that you have guys that will draw young wrestlers who want the opportunity to wrestle those guys, get to know them, compete against them in the room, learn from them in the room on a regular basis. And so, yeah, I mean, again, all of that stuff matters. And there's different things that are going to attract athletes in different sports. And, I think different programs, again, are going to have different selling points. And that's always been the case, right? But I think even more so now. But, again, you've got to be competitive. You don't have to be the top dog when it comes to NIL or facilities, but you've got to be competitive. You've got to be within the ballpark if you're expecting your program to compete.
Nowadays with, and this is not just wrestling because you guys have a very tight community, but like football players and basketball players grow up playing against each other nowadays. Football players go to certain camps. They're going to elite camps. They're going to this camp.
Well, yeah.
You're talking to other guys. You're wrestling, and you're, like you say, wrestling is a very small world, and it's getting smaller because these guys are wrestling at younger ages against each other, know each other. But these kids talk, and they're going to talk about, hey, what are you getting there? And it's always been like, dude, when we went on a bowl trip, and it's just such a small like percent of what we're even talking about. Like, we went down to a bowl game to play Tennessee in 1993, and we got money to travel. And then we were out at the bars or on like Church Street Station or whatever the hell down there, Orange Blossom Trail, whatever that one is. You're down there and you're running into these Tennessee guys, and you start talking. And you sit there and say, well, what did you guys get? And they say, oh, we got this gift, we got this amount of this bowl check and this and that. And I'm telling you, half of the guys from Tennessee were furious because we had got money to travel down. You know what I mean? And they were they were all kinds of mad, like, well, why are they getting more than us? And I'm sure they went to their coaches and said, why aren't we doing this? So you're going to talk to each other. Yeah. I mean, that's a small little thing, but you're going to hear about it. You're going to say, well, Ohio State's doing this for their guys. And they're talking about their recruiting. We got to start doing that. It's like keeping up with the Joneses thing. But the athletes talk. The athletes sort of know. And you said that they really don't talk about this, and I just find it very, very hard. But again, wrestling's a different sport. So when it comes to like scholarship money and NIL money, do guys know where they're all making? And I think, but I knew everything my teammates were getting back in the day. I mean, because I guess it was easy because we were all getting the damn same, you know. But I just think that in the locker room, there's really nothing to hide from anybody because you can't hide it because everybody's going to know everybody's business. So if, Jeff Byers is getting $400,000 and I'm getting $2, I'm going to be like, well, what the hell?
Yeah.
Because they talk. And, I'm going to sit there and say, I have examples.
No, it is.
It's
It's one of
multiple
those
sports.
things.
It's like, guys talk from different schools. And I get phone calls all the time like, hey, I got a linebacker. Where do you think, do you think he could play a Division I? And I'm like, I don't know. It's because it could be a money thing. Does he want to play for $10,000 or is he looking for a big payday?
Yeah, I get it. It's just such
It's a world we don't belong in, Jeff.
Well, it is a different world. That is for sure. And it is part of what you have to manage with the locker room now as a head coach is where there are disparities and they're coming out. How do you handle that?
Got a lot of different rumors out there that James was pretty much tuned out of Penn State last year on. And you really have to start thinking about it. Is it a burnout? I mean, he is a micromanager. I mean, he was managing these guys. He wanted to know everything that they were making from day 1 to day 365. He wanted to know everything they were doing, how much they were making, and he wanted to be in control of it. That will wear a person down and wear them out. And we saw it.
And again, there's different coaching styles, and they can be successful. I mean, we've seen different coaching styles work with different programs at Penn State and certainly across the country. But you do have to have that feel, right, for what is happening within your team. And if there are problems that are starting to surface, you need to get out real quick and not let that stuff fester.
And you got to know, as a football coach, you got to know 105 football players' personalities and sit there and say, okay, I can't yell at this guy. Or I could yell at this guy. It's the only thing he really listens to. Where some people like me, I could get yelled at. It's just going to go like, water off a duck's back. It's just like, whatever. Say whatever you want. I grew up with my mom.
Yeah.
You're not going to yell at me for anything worse than she ever said to me. But you got to manage 105 egos. In wrestling, you got 26, 30 guys now. Kale's got to know each how he can handle it.
Yeah.
And then with the ease of the transfer portal, you piss off the right kid, and he's going to go, I'm out. I'm done.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Such an easy
it's
out.
Too easy.
It is.
That's the one I think that might be the easiest thing to change up, and that is that transfer portal, how easy it is to get in and out of it. Like I said, I truly, truly believe if you make a mistake, you're not fitting in, you don't like it, you're homesick, you get out of jail free card. No questions asked, you can transfer this and that. And then you get a second one if your head coach or position coach leaves or something like that. But this 3 schools in 4 years and 4 schools in 4 years, no, man. You got to sit out a year. There has to be some kind of punishment. I mean, there was a time when I played that if you left a Big Ten school, you were not allowed to go to another Big Ten school. And if you did, you were buying it. You could not get on another scholarship. That was the agreement in the Big Ten when I played. Nobody could transfer to another Big Ten school at all, and then keep a scholarship. And it's not worth it. So you have to, and then if you were transferred anywhere else, you had to sit out a year or go down a level in football. I think that would fix a little bit of the whole moving that's going on.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah. I think that's not a bad place to start. They just have to get some kind of a hand.
Go back to, you know what, you can't transfer unilaterally. You got to, if you go back, you could be ready to go instantly. That means you got to go to a 1AA Division II or Division III school. That's it. You can't go from Ohio State to Michigan and Michigan to Ohio State and play within 4 months of each other. Like that's not that's some crap.
Yeah. Or there's got to be financial consequences with it's got to be written into the contracts and
yes.
all of those things. So All right, let's take a break here, and we are back with a final segment here for our Thursday afternoon edition of the Lion Country Kia Goon and Ironhead show, coming to you from Quaker Steak and Lube.
You look a bit nervous, eh?
Thierry, what's it like to stand in the FIFA World Cup stadium?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Just tell me. Come on.
It's not something that you can put into words.
Such a tease.
You can't rush it. You will find out when it's your time.
Thanks for the wisdom, coach. So, how much longer?
Now go and make history, my man. Here's the World Cup you've been waiting for.
Actually, the World Cup's been waiting for me.
That's the spirit. Just remember who drove you here.
Inspiring every step of the next legend. The official matchball carrier, proudly sponsored by Kia. Inspiration connects us all.
If you love wings, if you love rings, and all kinds of other tempting things, great times, great food, get to Quaker Steak Lube.
Get our Best Wings USA signature sauces, mouth-watering appetizers, or any of our delicious award-winning lube favorites.
Great times, great food, get to Quaker Steak Lube.
I'm the Modelo Recruiter, and I'm looking for fans with good hands and great speed. The ones who stay focused and never miss a play. They go the distance on game day, even when their team is away. I'm always watching, always looking to reward more full-time fans. Because football isn't really football without you.
Lusk & Associates Sotheby's International Realty proudly presents the introduction of our new State College office at 314 South Borough Street in State College. At Sotheby's International Realty, we advertise locally, nationally, and internationally, bringing the best of advertising and promotion to each and every one of our properties, big or small. Call now.
A lot has changed about State College. One thing that hasn't is W.C. Clark's Coffee Roasters on 234 East Calder Way. 30 different varieties of specialty coffee beans sourced from over 25 countries and roasted with love each morning in Happy Valley for over 45 years. They'll ship their fresh roasted coffee from their doorstep to yours. Order online at statecollegecoffee.com. That's statecollegecoffee.com.
Hi, welcome to Timberland Federal Credit Union, a financial cooperative for its members, tracing all the way back to 1973.
Experience Timberland Federal Credit Union, where you're greeted with a smile and financial solutions are tailored to your unique life journey. Here, we're not just financial professionals, we're your neighbors, people invested in your financial needs, literacy, and empowerment. Your dreams matter to us, whether they're about buying a home, growing a nest egg, or embarking on new adventures. TFCU draws from the past and invests in the future, offering modern tools like online banking to give you the freedom to manage your money practically anytime. Additionally, we're passionate about giving back both time and resources because enhancing our community is at the core of why we're here. Visit TFCU in person or online to learn more about our services and apply for a membership today.
WFXX, once again, the Fox, your sports radio.
Broadcasting live, loud and proud from Central PA's Sports Authority, WFXS America.
98.7, the Fox State College.
And back here on a Thursday afternoon, starting the third period, Goon. They're getting a little tight. Canada leading Team USA 1-0 in the gold medal game for women's hockey. Did feel good for Michaela Schifrin yesterday, getting the goal in the slalom. And we talk about the the pressure. Different people handle it differently, and there's not always a guarantee. It's not like, you think Simone Biles, who was, oh, well, that's a given. We know what she's going to do. Well, no, except for the time that you didn't. Like, and that's what I keep trying to impress upon people. Like, yes, do I like Penn State's chances of Penn State Wrestling we're talking about doing great things here in the postseason? Absolutely. Track record is really good. These kids have performed very well. And also, there is zero guarantee. Like, again, every time out is just a new opportunity for them, new opportunity for their opponents. And until you see everything actually play out, again, you might have a good feeling about it. You might think you know how it's going to play out. Maybe it does play out the way you envisioned. And I really did know, but you don't actually until, again, everything actually plays out. And, I think that's what's great about sports, right? Is that, I mean, you have to go out, and we do have those monumental upsets. The U.S. hockey team beating Russia, a ton of them over the
Canada
years.
yesterday.
Matt Ramos beating Spencer Lee. Upsets happen. It's part of the sport, part of sports in general. And again, it's why you dial in. There's always that chance that you're going to see something completely unexpected and something you've never seen before.
When I wrestle Kale, what's going to happen when I upset him?
Oh, I'm telling you, that'll be a story.
Yeah, we'll be talking about it. Rulon Gardner, take a step back, sir.
Will Penn State Wrestling be the next big show in Beaver Stadium?
Ooh,
I would love to see
it. They've been floating that for a couple of days.
Yeah.
On some Facebook pages.
Yeah, I would love to see it. I think Kale is open to it. The one challenge, well, not the one of the challenges, and I would think, given what we saw with the hockey, that it would be more likely now that, because again, that thing was fantastic. The caveat to it with wrestling is you do have to have that backup plan, and everybody has to know that plan going in. Meaning the fans have to know, hey, we are planning this and really hoping the weather accommodates. But obviously, if it's rainy or snowy or brutally cold, like, there are conditions where you're not doing it, and you need to move it presumably over to the Jordan Center so that you can accommodate more fans. But hey, these are the 16,000 tickets that do transfer over, and you other people will get you the refunds or however it works. If there is a bad weather situation. And again, you can maybe set it up so that, hey, we'll schedule this for a Saturday. If it doesn't go off, we can do it on Sunday. If it's still bad weather, again, you can't, all right, well, we'll do it the following week. No, that, like, you kind of have that one opportunity there. Maybe you can give yourself a 2-day window, maybe. But again, is the Jordan Center free for a 2-day weekend for the possibility of one event? Probably not.
We're talking about the fall, right?
Correct.
Can't be in the winter because it's too cold.
Right. No, this would be the season open. Probably be like the first
November. You
potentially, maybe,
October,
yeah.
right?
But potentially, maybe you could get. I don't know what all's involved with the NCAA. You might be able to get a waiver where, hey, we're going to open up, right at the end of October. But yeah, probably right at the start of November.
I know what you're saying. Classic stuff.
So,
remember that when they used to do the football? You can report a week earlier because you have a week 0 game.
Yeah. So,
good point.
I mean, again, you
the
just have to
logistics of
have
it
that.
is insane.
Yes,
Not just getting everything set, the tickets. It's like me and Alan were talking yesterday, and I said, okay, if you're going to try to wrap this around a football game, is that what we're trying to do? Because the fans will be here already. We're going to try and double treat them.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, there's no way the wrestling match can be anytime before the football. There's no way it could be a Friday night because Penn State's got to fix the field, get the bomb sniffer. That's the biggest thing I've always been told is the bomb sniffing dogs have to go through the whole place. If they have the place cleaned out, if they have to have it lined, I guess you could do that before. It's just tough to do on Friday. So I think that a Sunday is feasible, in my opinion, more so than a Friday night or a Friday afternoon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's because if you want to keep the football crowd in town for it, then yes. But if you think you could do 100,000 people on your own on a non-football weekend, what do you think?
Yeah,
that's a hell of a, to not have it wrapped around people coming into town already.
Well, and that's the other thing. So with the logistics is if you did do it on a non-home football weekend, you would have to do it not conflicting with the kickoff time of the football team. Like you're not filling that stadium if you're going head-to-head with the football team, even if they're not home, right? Like that's kind of defeating the purpose. The challenge with that is we don't know the kickoff time of a lot of those games until a week beforehand.
It might be a dumb, weird question, but it has to be asked. What's the temperature? What's the cutoff for outdoor wrestling?
That is a good question. I mean, I think I don't know. Maybe I'll do some digging this weekend and ask around. I don't think you would want it much colder than 60 because of the. I don't think it's good for the body, right? Like, I mean, if you're down in like 50-degree temperatures, so
you could stay warm on the side. I got no problem with that. You can get underneath in the locker room and be warm, but you're wrestling.
Yeah, now I don't know if you can. Yeah, I don't know what all you can
that ain't
put
pretty
on the mat, if anything, to try to help in that regard. If it's 48-degree day, can you get it so that on the mat with?
So I think that automatically knocks November
out. It would be difficult. I'm trying to think that Iowa-Oklahoma State meet, I think, was either.
Now, me and Alan talked about it. It was a Friday night before a football game, which was great but it's a little easier for Iowa to do that because they have turf. They can go in. Doesn't matter if it's raining. We're natural turf, and you're going to have something on there. And if it's wet and rainy, that's not. Well,
good. They can't. They wouldn't be able.
They couldn't wrestle on it one, but they don't want that. I mean, it's awesome to think about, but I mean, look at how small the rink looked in the. We're what, blue line to blue line, and it would be the wrestling net. Probably be about right.
Be what?
In a hockey rink that was in Beaver Stadium. You'd go blue line to blue line would probably be the size of the mat. It's small. It's bigger than the mat, but that's you got to figure out. But if you take everything out of that Beaver Stadium, that's what you're going to see.
Yeah.
I mean, how much are you really seeing? As much as I love the idea and I want it to happen because how successful the hockey thing was, it's probably not too good for optics to watch a wrestling match from that far away. And that's why we go back to the Minneapolis, the Minnesota. They're going to do that again in a couple of years, right? Go back to the football stadium for the wrestling.
For
Nationals.
Nationals
are back in Minnesota, and the Vikings on the Vikings field. And we talked about that years ago. How small it's going to be. I mean, I don't know. Again, I want to see it. I want to make it happen. It would be absolutely fantastic. I mean, but you're limited time-wise. You're pretty much booked to October. I think our football games, we only have one October game. And it's USC. That'll be the whiteout. So maybe it's his own weekend, Jeffrey.
Yeah, and again, I think that becomes a challenge in and of itself, right? There's only so many weekends folks can
afford to come up here.
Correct, and so I don't know. I know they got lucky. I'm just trying to look up what the because they did have a backup plan at Iowa when they did that outdoor game.
And if I recall,
going to move over to Carver Hawkeye if they needed to.
If I recall, the mat wasn't dead center field, right? It wasn't midfield. It was only half the stadium that they were using. So maybe that's what Penn State would. They would not have 100,000.
It was in the low 50s, at least according to the
temperature.
According to Google, yeah. So 50 to 54. So I don't know if, which again they got lucky. That was November 14th.
Woo! Really?
So yeah, I mean it's a challenge. I think it would be worth trying. I think it would be a heck of a lot of fun, but yeah, again, do you try to do it on a home football weekend, which in a lot of ways makes sense, but brings its own series of challenges, especially with the logistics at the field itself. And then, but again, the challenge of getting a significant enough crowd if it is a non-football weekend or an away football weekend. And again, the away weekend, I just think it becomes really tricky to try to pull that off and make it an event that is viewed as successful as what the hockey team's winning classic this year was. But I don't know. Again, I think it's definitely worth a challenge.
Yeah. What about a wrestling hockey weekend? You could put the mat on top of the ice. No, I'm being serious because they do it until they melt.
I don't think that would.
It obviously melts.
I do not think that would.
If they build it above it?
No.
I think it would.
No, that would not fly.
What does Ohio State do when they have an indoor match in their hockey arena, or they have their hockey arenas different?
Yeah, they would have it raised. Yeah, we already touched on that with Iowa. And yeah, again, it would have to be. I don't know what the cutoff would be temperature-wise, but there would be a cutoff. Hey, these temperatures are too cool to have guys running out onto the field.
One's freestyle.
A lot involved with it. There's no doubt about that. Good Lord. Goon, the U.S. has been putting up 5 goals a game, all Olympic long, and still scoreless down to 11:24 remaining in the third period here.
Jeffrey, what wins the Stanley Cup?
Today's game. Tessa Janicki getting a little TV time there. What's that?
What wins the Stanley Cup most of the time? Hot goalie.
That is always the case.
You might be running into right now, but it's not for a lack of putting stuff on net. I'll tell you that much right now. Fantastic.
Yeah. Gotta find a way to get one through here.
What do you got planned this weekend, Jeffrey? Tomorrow night you got Princeton.
Yeah, Princeton again will come in 7:00 start. The Deer Mad Turtle is making the crossover from Cub Scouts to Scouting America now, and so that'll be our Saturday.
They used to have a word for that. It was called transition, but you know what? It's just going the whole other way with all that stuff.
Oh boy! So looking forward to that, and should be a lot of fun. Yeah, probably watch a good bit of the Olympics coverage as the games draw toward a close here for 2026.
So see men's hockey Olympic gold.
Yeah,
8 in the morning. Just so you know that.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Every other game's been at 3:00, but for some reason they make the final at 8 a.m. Make it tough. Kegs and eggs it is, buddy. Kegs and eggs.
There you go. That works. Folks, have a great weekend. Enjoy it. Penn State hockey with Ohio State. they need to get on a roll, need to figure out some things at forward here without Dowiak and Serrato now.
It's getting pretty bad right now.
Yeah, tough situation there, but what are you going to do? That's the hand you're dealt. You got to play it. And
there was one thing last night at the men's basketball game that all the academic athletes, the 3.0 and above, there was almost 300 athletes, I think they said. Is that right? That they got called out last night from Penn State at the basketball game. I think the number was 300. It seems like a lot, but
yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it was very good to see.
Kudos.
Good weekend, brother.
Putting the student athletes still. I like that. All right, we'll wrap things up here. Folks, have a great weekend. We will talk to you again on Tuesday. Until then, be good and be safe.
You look a bit nervous, hey?
Thierry, what's it like to stand in the FIFA World Cup stadium?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Just tell me. Come on.
It's not something that you can put into words.
Such a tease.
You can't rush it. You will find out when it's your time.
Thanks for the wisdom, coach. So, how much longer?
Now go and make history, my man. Here's the World Cup you've been waiting for.
Actually, the World Cup's been waiting for me.
That's the spirit. Just remember who drove you here.
Inspiring every step of the next legend. The official matchball carrier, proudly sponsored by Kia. Inspiration connects us all.
If you love wings, if you love rings, and all kinds of other tempting things, great times, great food, get to Quaker Steak Lube.
Get our Best Wings USA signature sauces, mouth-watering appetizers, or any of our delicious award-winning lube favorites.
Great times, great food, get to Quaker Steak Lube.
I'm the Modelo Recruiter, and I'm looking for fans with good hands and great speed. The ones who stay focused and never miss a play. They go the distance on game day, even when their team is away. I'm always watching, always looking to reward more full-time fans. Because football isn't really football without you.
Lusk & Associates Sotheby's International Realty proudly presents the introduction of our new State College office at 314 South Borough Street in State College. At Sotheby's International Realty, we advertise locally, nationally, and internationally, bringing the best of advertising and promotion to each and every one of our properties, big or small. Call now.
A lot has changed about State College. One thing that hasn't is W.C. Clark's Coffee Roasters on 234 East Calder Way. 30 different varieties of specialty coffee beans sourced from over 25 countries and roasted with love each morning in Happy Valley for over 45 years. They'll ship their fresh roasted coffee from their doorstep to yours. Order online at statecollegecoffee.com. That's statecollegecoffee.com.
Hi, welcome to Timberland Federal Credit Union, a financial cooperative for its members, tracing all the way back to 1973.
Experience Timberland Federal Credit Union, where you're greeted with a smile and financial solutions are tailored to your unique life journey. Here, we're not just financial professionals, we're your neighbors, people invested in your financial needs, literacy, and empowerment. Your dreams matter to us, whether they're about buying a home, growing a nest egg, or embarking on new adventures. TFCU draws from the past and invests in the future, offering modern tools like online banking to give you the freedom to manage your money practically anytime. Additionally, we're passionate about giving back both time and resources because enhancing our community is at the core of why we're here. Visit TFCU in person or online to learn more about our services and apply for a membership today.
WFXS. Once again, the Fox, your sports radio.
Broadcasting live, loud and proud from Central PA's Sports Authority, WFXS America.
98.7, the Fox.